It's Sunday, you know what that means? It's fun day. Nothing more fun than some good old Sanyo. Hello, Flare and Boy. Ooh. I must have moved too much. Zebra, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I am just here dying to UM as usual. Hope whatever you were doing was going well for you. The Brogaro. Going bad as well. Sounds, you know, that's good. Thank you for your good luck, Buggo. You smoker? Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't condone it. That's why I'm trying to beat her up. Things for Mother Day. Understandable. I appreciate the good luck and the raid, and hope you have a good time with whatever you're doing. Wait, sure, that's solid. Which Touhou is your mommy? That is a... that's a hard one to answer. That's such unhealthy habits. I don't think she's Lunarian, you know, but... Which two is your mommy? Can I Can I say Shinky? Is that a solid enough answer? Is that a legal answer? Well, more importantly, can I say Shinky and not, elaborate? Like, he smokes. Is that too common? Is it? I don't know, I feel like any PC98 character that's not Alice or Mima is... not particularly commonplace. Also, what other answers am I gonna give, huh? Yukari? Yeah, that answer is gonna be a lot less common. Yuyuko? Yeah, that's not gonna be on that list ever. You want me to say, Wagasaki Hime? Wagasaki Hime? Is that gonna be in it too? Or why isn't she considered a lot of characters' mom? That's fair. But, like, this is Touhou. How many Touhou fans care about the lore? Like, seriously. Last I checked, Yorihime still has the sword. Fine. What if I then said, Let's get with the lore. Yeah, but like, especially PC 98, right? Like people go surface level on a lot of things, right? If I say cereal, is that a good enough answer then? Okay. Probably 70% of Touhou fans probably don't even know who cereal is. Is that uncommon enough to be a good answer? Oh, name starts with Y. Guess who? Definitely not Yorihime. Must be someone else. Sim. Was Cereal in the Makai route or the Hell route? I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Is it you? Is it Yuyuko? Is it Yomu? I don't remember off the top of my head what route Kanagara and Cereal were. Because one of them was Hell and one of them was Makai. I don't remember. Yumemi's the GOAT. Although Yumemi's not necessarily a mommy. Not until I'm done with her. Don't question me. Hello, Koshi. Speaking of Koishi, can I say Satori is my answer? Is that, that's kind of normie enough, I guess. To a degree. She's not like a MILF necessarily, but... I did it again. Why is that emote name Yuka CBT? Because that art is from the game Yuka's CBT, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. It's a well-known fan game. It's actually a pretty well-known meme fan game. It's not explicit, it's not lewd, it's a play on words, is effectively what it is. Also, hello, Alan. From Yuka's Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's really good. And that's like the art from it. It's like a pretty basic visual novel fan game that's just like you just talking with Yuka, and it's like she gives like life advice. Satori's your mommy, then we're siblings. Satori's your mom? I'm not saying she was mine. I'm just saying in terms of like potential picks lore-wise, I think Satori's a decent pick. He adopts a lot of animals, right? That TV is bugged again. Isn't that just society? You'll beat her pet. So I'm a Satori enjoyer. She's no top tier in my opinion, but... Listen, I'll do the rare thing that 90% of the fan base, and by 90% I mean probably a little bit closer to, probably like 70, 80%, where I'll say that, Satori is better than Koishi, in my opinion. I was really kind of expecting hitboxes to help me, but they didn't. You're right. No, because Satori and Koichi are married, okay? So if Satori's your mom, then Koishi's the crazy wine aunt, right? Like, that's how that works. Yeah. Interesting. I will say, the fight... I never really had a strong care for Koichi. The fighting games made me like Koichi. But... in, like, a lot of senses of work. Fight-wise, I really like Satori's. Music, I prefer Satori's. Like, and generally, like, use in, like, works, right? Not so much canon, although a little bit canon, but also just, like, fan abroad. I like Koishi's hit or miss, in my opinion. Satori is consistently usually very good. In my opinion. Koichi is very much like Flan, which is also probably one of the reasons why in the basic type of line they're very popular. In that they're often used very genocidally, you know, genocidal maniacs. And there are instances where I like the more violent-esque nature of them, but for the most part, it's usually not good. Sicilian Flan? Canonically, I mean, yes, but, like, in a different way. Koichi and Flan are canonically often more silly than they are fan works, but... Koishi's a unique case just because of consciousness. Like I said, in terms of the fighting games, I find Koichi to be quite entertaining. I don't particularly like love her or anything, but she's very entertaining. That was a pretty disgusting non-one. It's just that Koichi also, when, depending on the nature, can also get really stale quickly. Oh, you rat. You do science streaks? I've done them in the past. I've occasionally tried them. I usually just do individual attacks, but sometimes I put work, like right now, into actually going Sanyo. I know in the past I've gotten at least 4 in a row. I might have gotten 5 in a row on her at some point. I don't remember for sure. Sometimes I actually try to aim for a specific streak number. Oftentimes I'll just do it a bunch in a row and see if I can do something. Especially if it's a whole boss like Sanyo. Sanyo's kind of repulsive at times, so... I'll do some full training or practice and see if I can do some streaks, but I'm usually a lot more, trying for certain streaks on individual attacks rather than the whole boss. part of that's just the nature of trying to do the full boss. Is a little bit painful. Who'da thunk? From a Koshi song or Sanai song? Last Remote? Fuck, what is Last Remote from? I know the name. I'm pretty sure it's just the stage theme of the extra stage from Subterranean, right? So oftentimes, I think Last Remote gets often thrown more with Sanai than it does with Koishi, but that probably depends a bit on who you ask. More Koishi, that's fair. Although one of the counter arguments is also like I don't have a particularly like comment either way. What keyboard? I did not press right on my keyboard there. I don't know what it was doing. It didn't even show up on the right inputs, so I don't know, keyboard. What are you doing there? But like at the same time, who do you fight during Last Remote? Do you fight Sanai or do you fight Koishi? Kind of one of the weird things about a lot of stage themes, especially when you have mid bosses that aren't like the stage boss. Because say you got Imperishable Knight, a lot of people I know associate the theme. I forget the name of the theme. Kagome, I think it is, with Tei more than they do with Racing, right? I think people are often do that more during regular stage themes, but extra stage themes, I think they do it less so. I think if it's a Koishi theme, that's because you don't think about it. Yeah, the thinking of who to assign stage themes to is not something that usually comes to mind. Has their own theme. True, but a lot of characters have multiple themes assigned to them throughout the series, right? Like, I would say that Sanai has both her stage theme and her boss theme assigned to her from Mountain of Faith, but even beyond that, there are characters that have a number of themes throughout games, right? But I think you can really go either way, and it really just depends on whatever you're used to. Because, like, when I think of 10 Desires extra stage theme, I think of Mamizo, even though Nue is the mid-boss. But that extra stage theme really always was one of the ones that stands out to me a lot, so that comes to mind. Centennial Festival for Magical Girls, I often attribute more to, Flan. I guess I really attribute that to Flan. I just kind of attribute to EOSD as a whole. But hold on. Says that Apple's at least theme. Well, that's kind of like one of those stage portion things again, right? Where often just like, you know, you'll attribute the stage theme to kind of whoever's there. I don't think there's like a concrete answer to a lot of those. as, oh, who would you say that, you know, this stage theme applies more to? Would you say that the USD Stage 2 theme applies more to Daisei or to Chirno? I could see either way, and I think it's just like whatever you personally attribute it to. Concrete answer? Yeah, it's pretty just kind of like opinion-based, ultimately. Which also will lead to potential argument on that. Son of a beach! Momiji theme? I have the stage theme of that, of the stage 4 of Moth kind of attributed to Momiji. Relate to the specific part of the theme for the mid-boss. Yeah, in this game, it really stands out for Tsukasa, in my opinion, on stage 5. Because there's a part, you know, we'll get to in a second, that really stands out in this theme with Tsukasa. Any consultant fans will know what I'm talking about. Like, this is all stage. Ooh. Like, this is all normal stage section. Right here in this part of the theme. Oop. But then this part right up ahead here is when she appears. And I would argue that, like, oftentimes you'll have, like, you know, the stage themes take a jump when, like, the mid-boss appears, but I'd say this one really stands out in the theme. Ooh. Hello, Pazoots, and no, I'm not a feet enjoyer. Fuck, dude, sometimes spam just... Sometimes you're either just there or you're not. You gotta have a real about spam. You're either so locked in you can dodge anything, or you just can't. Outside the Koosh. I was not, like, paying the utmost attention to that. Also, hello, Toaster. I was gonna do some divine orbs, and then I paused. Like, fine, I'll do this one. The one I should do. Do not want to hear. It's not that I don't want to hear. I don't have a particularly strong emotion either way. Oop. I hate this spell. That shouldn't exist. I hate it. I wish they just do divine orbs again. Oop. Ah, you fucking rat. Balls hardened, I hate that. Good Patrick. Ellie threw an apple and ran. Ran. Okay. Ranchama. What kind of apple? Bad one? Damn. Hate to see it. So I see that Hikari is trying to steal Ron breast milk. Yes, I saw that. Wild. I am also trying to steal that too, so like it's kind of competition. Yeah, I hate you. Thank you for the good luck fruit. Wink. I think you can beat Yukari. I mean, I've beaten her before. Like, I got the extra clear. Right? I don't have the extra... I don't... No, excuse me. I have the Phantasm clear. I have the extra NN, but I don't have the... Fuck you! Or would steal breast milk? Absolutely. Did you just gap it? You could beat her up. I don't have a lot of experience beating off other people, so no comment. One. It reminds me of an old meme. I don't know if anyone remembers this from like 10 years ago or something. There's the movie, it's like American Sniper or something. I don't know if it was that movie or if it was like something similar. But it was like some like war, style movie of like an American Sniper. It might have been like a true story or something. That's true, by the way. But like the guy who did it, I think it was like a British dude, like the guy they cast for the role. And and there was a meme of the interview, like he had an interview with some like British news company or like UK like news or something was interviewing him, and the one chick was like, "Wow, as like a British man or whatever doing the role, you must have had to beat off a lot of American men." Is what she said. He just starts cracking up and laughing. He cannot give a straight answer after that. I'm glad you know. Sometimes it doesn't beat off women like Yukari. Yukari beats off women? Who does she beat off? That's a woman, specifically. Can you stop going away from me? She beats off Reimu? Yeah, but I like to treat Yukari like Yukari and Reimu like busy person, Yukari and Reimu, where Yukari is, like, really thirsty for Reimu, and Reimu just wants nothing to do with it. Forgar, you're going on a quest right now to find every single emote I have? Not that I hate it, it's just a question. Ah, you bastard. Yukari's caregiver. It's more just Yukari throws all of her problems on Reimu. So she can go take a nap. Ooh, that was a good line. Very cute. Not all emotes are necessarily dedicated to being cute. I would say that Konako one that you posted like 5 lines previously is not a cute emote. Or the Yukari in a wheelchair. We want to kill. We used to beat people up for saying that. Yeah. Is it bad to have Madoka phase? It probably depends on the age that you're having that Madoka phase. But I'd say no. I have never seen it myself. I know a fair bit about it. I know many people who have had Madoka phases. I personally have never experienced it myself, but I'll say that if you are, whether or not it's good for you as a person, if you're under the age of 20 and you have a Madoka phase, I see zero problem. If you're under the age of 30, if you're between 20 and 30. Not really. Like, it depends on, like, probably how extreme you are into it, but, like, if you have a Madoka, like, a decent Madoka phase, I think that's tolerable. If you're over 30, then I think, there's a, what are you doing with your life at that point, but... It's if you're older. I think it depends on is this your first time having a Madoka phase, right? Like, if you're previously acquainted with it, and you've already, like, had it, and you're going back, for, nostalgia or something, then it's nothing, right? I think if you're 35 and you're just watching Madoka for the first time, it's like, not that it's a problem, I just think it's a little more irate, like, a little more, like, you could do, like, literally, like, so many other things in your life. Right? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, once every handful of years, I get back my data live mode. I watched I think season 3 is either. I watched the first 3 seasons. I think like almost 10 years ago. It actually might even slightly longer than 10 years ago. Fuck. Around that point. When did Season 3 come out of Data Live? Season 3 might not even been out when I started watching, now that I think about it. And then, like, every, 3 years I go back in and I just binge watch it. It's my... That's the one thing I'll always say is, like, it's not the greatest thing of all time, but I have such a soft spot for it. Is that 2 in a row? It does the free time shop be dictated, I think. Yeah, by other people, definitely not. Like, ultimately, it's just the rule of, if you're not actively disturbing with other people, it's like, what you do in your own time is what you do, right? if you want to watch X thing, if you want to play X thing, you want to, as long as it's not directly affecting other people negatively, who fucking cares? But, like, there are a few question marks in there, right? Like, anyone who enjoys hydro camouflage, like, you don't have to, like, actively, like, shame them, but you can, like, give them a bit of, like, a side-eye, right? Okay, bud. Also, hello, you know. If someone is like, yeah, I think Pure Furies is a top 5 theme, I'm not gonna, like, they're not, like, that doesn't necessarily make them a bad human being, and I suddenly need to, like, attack them physically, but, like, some things like that do deserve a bit of a, that guy's a little weird. Right? Same thing of people who enjoy feet, right? Like, feet fetishes, right? That's a favorite, me smiles balls, you know it. Is that 2 or 3? I don't know, I'm gonna say 2. Thank you, Light Jump, for the 115 streak. Because, like, what you do on your free time is kind of just a blown up, or, is what you do and shouldn't really be looked too much. It's kind of just the blown up version of, like, fetishes in that regard. Of, like, you do you as long as it's not, a problem. If you want to play League of Legends, fine. But, like, at the same time, I am allowed to make fun of you for it. Like, I think that's fair. The Drifty, the Touhous. I prefer the armpit hose. Like, that's why I'm a Touhou fan. You ought to be doing, yeah. That's why, if you can't tell, I'm mostly playing up all this as a complete joke, because ultimately, do I care if someone, looks up foot stuff, or, watches Koishi's Heart-Throbbing Adventure? No. Generally speaking, you should be able to do almost anything you want, as long as it's, generally speaking, legal. And there's some things that are illegal, that are questionable about them being illegal in certain places, but that's a whole other concept. But, like, if you're doing something on your own, not directly affecting other people, that's fine. But, like, also at the same time, if you are expressing that you are engaging in something, you should also be fully knowledgeable on the idea that some people are gonna make fun of you, whether seriously or, sarcastically. Right? And there's a difference between making fun of it, like a lot, like, heavy harassment. Like, there's a point where the harassment is too much, right? Where there's a point where, obviously, if you're ever gonna dox someone, there's something fucking wrong with you then. But, like, if there's something you don't like, and you're like, what the fuck? Someone's a League player, right? And you're like, oh, what are you doing? Like, anything you put out on the internet, you need to be susceptible of being able to be made fun of. And be criticized. Whether or not it's, like, genuine criticism or just, like, people hating for whatever, for, like, no reason, I think it's perfectly fair. Why is Toxic Salt Toxic makes that top 8? Is it top 8? I saw it, what? I saw it was in, like, the last round of, group stage or something. As his balls bounce back for the bottom of the spell card. I don't want to imagine that. Listen, Stall in Pokemon, I have a weird relationship with. If it's in singles, you should commit violence, like, to yourself. Keep yourself safe, right? If it's in doubles, fair game. Doubles, absolute fair game. I think defensive strategies in doubles is hella base, for the most part. As long as the defensive strategy isn't, I'm gonna use fucking light screen setter in my Grimmsnarl or my Sableye, and that's my defensive strategy. Ho ho ho! That, you know, that's fucking cringe as shit. But if you're running like, you know, if you're running freaking, what's it called? What's that? What's the guy? Who's the stones? Garganackle. If you're running Garganackle, that's fucking based. I think multiplayer games are a little different. Single player game, yeah. Here's the thing, right? It's a similar idea to like people cheating, people cheating and modifying the games in single player games, right? Like as long as you're not actively after like a world record or like some public record, and you're cheating for that. Who fucking cares if you cheat in the game, right? If you're playing it single player. So like whatever you do in a single player game, like who really cares? Again, I will always stand out. If you publicly state or put anything out there that of yourself out there, you need to be able to handle criticism or people shitting on you in return. There's a point of harassment where that's too far and that's on them, but you need to be able to handle people mocking you, whether sarcastically or sort of genuinely, right? Showing up others and deceiving others. That depends on how you do yours. Like set up doing Goodro's shell armor. I haven't actually seen or heard about that, so I'm not particularly aware. I think about Pot of Greed. I used summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 cards from my deck. I don't really know much of the rest of that besides that's not how it works. I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 cards from my deck. I can't really go much more than that. I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I played Yu-Gi-Oh once in my life, like, over 10 years ago, and that's like it. Yeah, well, that's the thing about cheating, is if you... like, if you use it to try to claim, you know, records or something that were cheated, then there's a problem with it. If you use it to try to do something... okay, it's like a task... It's like people who do, you know, task runs. Whether it's high scores or, like, speed runs, right? Or, you know, anything else. If you do something task, I have no problem with it, as long as it's labeled. You know, hey, this was a task run. Cool. No problem with that. You know, the moment you try to, like, do something task and you play it off as yourself, you know, then there's obviously a problem for, like, records purposes, but... although I think that's different from the previous conversation at hand, but... you know, I was in it for a little bit, and then I just kind of, like, did this for too much, and the brain power required for consistency on this attack just slowly, like, drips away. Yeah, Shelter is literally just the same on Hisuian Goodra, right? Like, as Iron Defense, like, Shelter and Iron Defense are just, like, the same move, right? Is there any functional difference? I'm gonna go blow myself up real quick. PP. Are they... isn't Shelter, like, 12 and Iron Defense is, like, 20-something? Or am I mistaken? So, in a way, Iron Defense is better there, but I'm not... as someone who's not used to Hisuian Goodra, I am not that aware. I know of the Pokemon. I've seen it built in OU Scarlet Violet before, and I think I've seen it like on one team in Scarlet Violet once as like a, you know, to try to see it to work in like VGC, but like that's it. It's acid armor, yeah. Isn't acid armor, shelter, and iron defense all the same thing? Let me go through the respective Kaimata attacks, just a refresher. Yeah, Cradilly Stall. Cradilly's a weird Pokemon. When I was little, I hated Cradilly. And by hated, I just mean I never knew how to fight it. So I was like, it's rock grass. How do you damage this thing? When I was young enough, I didn't know that grass didn't resist fighting. Because, like, all the grass types I'd experienced with were, you know, like, Venusaur and, like, Victory Bell, so they all resisted fighting. So I was like, oh, grass types resist fighting. I was like, you can't do fighting against it. You can't do ground. You can't do fire. How the fuck do you super effect it? I also thought that rock resisted bug, which isn't true. Or, no, is that true? It's either rock or ground. One of them resists bug. It might be rock, actually, but, you know, the answer is just you hit it with an ice type or fire type, or fighting type move, excuse me, but... Pokemon you really like is Metagross. Everyone likes Metagross. It's a cool design. I don't know if I've, like, talked to a person who was ever like, yeah, I think Metagross fucking sucks as a Pokemon. I think it's a stupid Pokemon. I feel like both Gen 3 Pseudos are very, very, very highly loved. Pokemon's also great, like some shiny Pokemon. Yeah, some shiny Pokemon don't have the best. Metagross is solid. Metagross when it's changed, it becomes change before you get that bug resist ground. It's just because bug also isn't really common, right? Like, U-turn's a common move, but, like, as, like, a base typing on Pokemon, it's not super common. Why does Dragonite look so stupid? Yeah, there are a variety of reasons why I can go into it. I don't think it looks particularly stupid myself, but I understand where people are coming on with it. Oh. You see the legend shout to Hexus Ricky figures too lucky for a long while. I know, it's fucking weird that it's not. Like, you look at it, you're like, oh, that thing's that and Hydreigon are both pseudo legendaries. And it's like, nope, it's just Hydreigon. Oop, that was cool. Actually, should have been pseudo fuck Hydreigon. Okay, now that's too far. Like, in terms of pure, like, design, Hydreigon fucking... Like, it's hard to find something that goes harder than Hydreigon. Hold on a second. I keep going for the line on the left and not the line on the right. That purple wave, which is the one I want to go for. You just got fucking Gen 6 with the Legion of Ferret. I mean, it still has seen play. It still does see some play right now in Champions. Like, obviously, it does struggle because of the fairy typing, but, like, even with that, it's still a solid Pokemon, right? Like, in fact, some would argue, yeah, got probably bounced the objective. Yeah, some may argue that the Laddies and Hydreigon were, maybe a little too... really needed the inclusion of fairy types. To keep them, like, not stupid. My pseudo Brain Gamer because I don't get to levels. Just yeah, I remember playing Black and White when it first came out. I had White, I believe, and I got it. Dana was like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to use this thing until it evolves." I didn't have like a book or anything, so I didn't know exactly what it evolves. And you just start leveling that thing up for fucking forever. Yeah, it's like 50 and 64. It's like 52 and 64, something like that. Could evolve at 60-ish. Well, most of them are 55 or 45, actually, right? Because hold on, Dragonite's 55, T-Tar is 55. Metagross is 45, Salamence is 45, Garchomp is 40s, I believe. I think Garchomp is 40s. Hydreigon's like 62, 64, I believe. I don't know Goodra, Komao off the top of my head. Bishop's 48, okay. That one's still in the 40s. I don't know Goodra, Komao, and Dragapult off the top of my head. You're just 50 with a weather requirement. It was 60, that makes sense. Bolt is a interesting fella. Almost 45, okay. So about half of them are 40s, and like half of them go above. I'd say any of the ones that are in 40 are a perfectly, I think, reasonable time. Anything beyond 40 starts to become a little questionable, in my opinion. Yeah, Metagross and Salamence are 45, I said that one. Which is partially why they are in the level 50 Battle Frontier stuff in Emerald, while the others aren't. Oh, I always forget about Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur's 54. Interesting. I didn't play. I don't have Scarlet Violet. I've never played this, so I'm not familiar with Bax off the top of my head. Well, you're stuck with Drew, you barely that's all. That's the same thing with Dano, though, right? Like, Dano learns, like, more moves, but it still, like, sucks ass until it goes wireless. Until then, even then, it's a little questionable. When it attacks his Dragon item? Yep. Have a good time, sir. There are a number of existence of hacks Pokemon that enemy trainers have. Faulkner's Pidgeotto. I hate you, cat. It's such a cool move. I gotta use it. Feels ass. Dragapult's a weird Pokemon to use. It's both insanely stupid, be good, and kind of like not that stupidly good at the same time. That was kind of a weird line that I shouldn't have done. I'm gonna take a water break shortly. Yeah, well, specifically, Dragon Ball lacks good physical ghost moves is the biggest thing. Like, if it got a good physical... Like, if it had, you know, base 95 power physical... Or base 90 power physical ghost move that wasn't Phantom Force, then, like, then that would be really good. Then Pseudo's ignoring the Suingyu dress. Only 16 to get Megas, and Garchomp gets 2. Yep. Well, to be fair... in that regard, right? Because Dragonite didn't get one originally, but it got one now. Tyranitar, Ment, Metagross all got one, right? Garchomp got one. So when Megas were first introduced, the only ones that didn't get them were Goodra, Dragonite, and Hydreigon. So 3 of the 7 at that time, right? So, like, Dragapult, I don't think I don't think Dragapult can complain about it because, you know, that came after Como, right? And then Baxcalibur did get one in ZA, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Hydreigon needs one? I don't know if it needs one. Hydreigon is one of those Pokemon where, honestly, if you gave it a Mega Form, depending on, like, what its ability is, people would, honestly, very well might just use its base form. Unless he got some stupid ability. Just something with cringe game there, right? Yeah. Polt does love all the Sneasler that's around though. As someone who has used a little bit of Dragapult who's used a bit of Polt in Champions. I will say, really does love the anti. Does love seeing Sneaslers. Have I ever talked about how much I love this cat? They didn't call the Dragonite, Megastone the Dragonite. I don't know what they called it. What did they call it? If I ever got Poltergeist, would be instantly banned from singles until the end of time. Hey, good news! Guess what? It's already gotten banned from singles before anyway, so who cares? It doesn't need it to get banned from singles. Yeah, it is banned in Nat Dex, I know that one too. It's kind of in a weird category with, like, Iron Valiant, where it just kind of does, like, where it can do so much, but, like, you also just, like, it's impossible to know what it's gonna do. In something like VGC with Open Team Sheet, it's a lot more, like, balanced, because, like, in like, official, like, in-person events with Open Team Sheet, it's kind of a lot more balanced in that regard, I'd argue. Because here's one thing I'll say. I personally I kind of like the Paradox Pokemon. I know a lot of people are like, oh, fuck, Paradox Pokemon are stupid for a variety of reasons. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like them. As long as they're treated like how it is in, like, you know, Regulation F or whatever it was, where they're, you know, in with the legendaries, I have no issues with that. Energy or processing core to be able to boost speed was a mistake. I just think the weird thing is that speed boost should be 1.3, not the 1.5, right? Like all the other stats are 1.5. I feel like the speed boost from photosynthesis and or Corp Drive should be 1.3. I wouldn't even be surprised if they could eventually change that, because like they did that with the terrains, right? They moved terrains from 50% to 30%. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows. But hey, I love Stage 3. Have I ever talked about that before? With balance for how broken it is. Yeah. Because on one hand, it's so beyond stupid, but like, honestly, I think the thing that makes Fluttermane disgusting is it's like how big its, you know, move pool is. See, I think that is almost the most disgusting part of Fluttermane. Isn't that impressive? Yeah. It just it does die pretty easily if you you know, if you look away for about 2 seconds. Just like me on this game. Hello, Sanyo. How you doing? I love the boxes. Hate you. actually had a shiny. I had a shiny Pidgey in Fire Red back in the day. After I'd already beaten the Elite Four. I got a really cool shiny Pidgey. It was, so cool. That's the... No, that's not true. That was perfect stage 3, by the way. The, I've seen a few shinies in Pokemon. I've seen, outside of, obviously, the red Gyarados, which doesn't count. I've seen shiny Pidgey in Fire Red. I've seen shinies in the Battle Frontier. I saw a shiny... I want to say it was a Solrock? I might be mistaken, though, in the Battle Factory once. And... I got a shiny Claydol in Omega Ruby. The rare full lives and spell card? Like, I don't like dying previously, but I also don't like having any semblance of pressure. Yeah, that's okay. Stage 4 exists. There's no pressure until you're, like, halfway through Stage 4 at the very least. Because thank you for 21 months. It's a long time. And 18 months in a row. That's enough for 2 babies. Fuck you! Ah, that son of a bitch. I hate Jimbo. Like, give me spam before you give me Jimbo. Honestly, that still might be a PB, though. I don't know, I don't think I'm not sure if I've ever gotten past spam on pace. I don't know for sure off the top of my head, so I can't say that for a fact. So 200 shiny past the games. I've never gotten shiny hunting as a thing, though, too. So, like, I've never gotten, like, shinies past, like, just natural odds. You just start fan with hatching eggs from Sky Violet. Like being platinum neat. Hello, Kageyama. Fuck. I think it's fun. I understand that people enjoy it. I've never found shiny hunting personally to be very fun. Excuse me. The awkward angle. I should have gone to the hole on the right. Being diagonal on spell 2 is slightly sussy. Oh, the fucking small red orb of bitchness! What a bitch! There's a perfectly fine line, and then the two red orbs were on top of each other, and the second one just like, I'm gonna separate now. What a rat bastard. I mean, a 2 mistake for us still. Very, very good. It's just how the 2. That's annoying. Nice try. I have like a fairy on the right, the very last one. I'll just cuck me. Everybody say hello to the fox. Yes. Damn, that was fucking phenomenal yellow yin-yang killing. Ah, you fuck me. Well, now Megumi's gonna cuck me. I stutter stepped with my shift on the cutback. Whoa there, late red star. What the fuck? That was cringe. That was very cringe mega move. Holy shit, that was one of the most cringe Natus I've ever seen. And that will be normal. What about this? Fine. I can't worry about pen alt when I got things right in front of me. I don't love you being on the right for this. I'm way too fucking jumpy for that non. Ah, you fuck! Oh, nice double. Son of a bitch. Oh, Aaron moment. Oh well, that was a good run nonetheless. The double star cuckoldry. Oh well, it's probably the best run I've ever had, so I can't be that upset. Features which totally exist in this game, making everything worse. You hate that part. Yeah, it's the worst part about dying in this game. You got that rank decrease, who throws you off the game. Yeah. Oop. The guy rank manipulating USD LNN for supposedly easier books. They were max ranked by perfect freeze anyway. Unless it could have helped, because placebos are real. Well, the placebo gives you confidence. You know what? I'm gonna go take a brief water break and a pee break. What is this image? Why do I have so many fucking images? Who added all of these? Surely it wasn't me. I always say, what is this image? And open the Sage of Shimmy one. That is because it is the image that is at the very top of my image. Of my recent images. Like, these are my most recent 4. With this one being the last one. So I don't know. So, like, if I click an image, it's the first one there. But also, because, like, when I hover over an image, I can see where it is. So I know that, like, oh, this one's the Mukyu one. Yep. Oh, this one's the Sanai one. Oh, this one is the Shitori one. Yeah, I know a lot of them are based on their position, but like I don't remember this one being here. Could be facial? What do you mean by that? I think Sage is getting the facial. Maybe at some point I should go through and actually name all the images so I know what they all are. Because otherwise it just says image 14, image 13, image 12, image 10. Yeah, it's a lot of work to rename them all, right? Like, I have to, like, right-click on it, click rename, then, like, type in something for it. Fuck, that's a lot of work. It's always so peculiar when I'm in bed, like, 5 nights of the week, I'm in bed at, like, by 5 to, like, 10:30. And then we got, like, this Friday, where I went to bed at, like, midnight. And then yesterday, oh, what time did I go to bed? I got to bed, like, 1:30. That was very bad peak collection. I'm actually only down by 1, so never mind. I'm gonna yawn again. when it here's the other stupid thing. When it comes down to like normally throughout the week, I have no problem waking up and then like getting out of bed and getting ready for work, like immediately. But dude, when it's a Saturday or a Sunday morning, I'll wake up, I'll lay there for like another like 15 minutes, you know, just enjoying laying in my bed. But when I know I'm not gonna fall back to sleep or anything, I'm actually like up. I'll grab my phone. 'Cause normally, like when I wake up in a weekday, I grab my phone for like 10 minutes in bed before I like get up and like get ready. And I grab my phone, and it like every Saturday and Sunday morning, I just end up laying in bed for like an hour. And every fucking time going into it, I'm like, okay, this Saturday, I'm gonna wake up, I'm actually gonna like start doing things right away. And then I wake up, I grab my phone, and then I'm like, I'll lay another 10 minutes. And then next thing you know, it's been fucking hour, 20 minutes of me just laying in my bed on my phone. You skank. Okay, this time, Cap. Why are you like this, Cat? This time, for sure, cat. Oh, you frickin' filthy bastard. The cat is out for blood. Yeah, this time we get to be at the cache, surely. Hey, she wasn't cringe. Exactly enough for the early 3.0 makes a huge difference. 0. Okay, Takami. Well, I guess, how are you doing again? I don't think my brain and my eyes are as locked in as they were prior. I don't know what happened there. Because I was inputting down and left. Nice 1 in 9, by the way. It really matters on mid-non. Oh, hello again, my cat. Oh, barely. Ugh. You're a rat, you know that? Ugh. That the wave isn't aimed? No, because I've stood still throughout the entire attack before and lived waves. And lived waves cleanly. That feels that way, yeah. Like, sometimes the seas just part from you, and you literally have to do basically nothing except move from the bubble. Because the bubble's the only aimed part. Oh. I don't know why I actually went for this one. This is what I wanted to do. Well, maybe want is putting it wrongly. The Jimbo no focus? Okay. The only reason I even tried that was because I was lazy. Because I had energy, I was doing fine, and then I lost my energy. Yeah, what happens if I stay bottom right? Was that just Coinky Dink? Probably. What am I doing? That was wrong in a couple different ways. Fine there. Yeah, it's fine once. That means it must be free. Might as well run it again while I'm here. Wow! Fuck me too, Jimbo. I wonder if there's merit to dancing around in the bottom left corner before you do the end on the bottom right. Like, do the step of dance down here, just keep dancing. You know, hold on, I want to look at something. It's gonna be a second of a detour. Thank you, YouTube ads, my favorite. I want to see what some other people do on Jimbo. Twerking on the left wall, twerking on the left wall, and then he does the slow move. He doesn't actually do the bottom right corner strat. Back to the right, left. It sort of ends at the bottom right corner. I see some more modern ones. Here, you can get, get that one look. Fuck, I lost it in the okay, blue bus, what do you do? 'Cause that was sock, but I kind of half take Sock strats on his run, at least his original run, with a slight grain of salt, because they were so long ago. Blue Bus is the master of stalling there. Yeah, the Blue Bus goes to the right and then swings back to the middle. With this one. Does the left-right shenanigans at the beginning for no good reason besides that you're doing it. Goes to the bottom left corner. Swings around the bottom right. Yep. Way over the bottom right corner. Your way back to the left. All on the left. Then ends in the middle. I think the advantage to ending in the middle is that there is potential for more clumpage on the bottom right with the bullet spawn. Is another one. Let's see. What the fuck is this? What is this is fucking madness. Here's a link for you of this one I'm looking at. Just go to the Jimbo and look what he does in like going just look at them, just fucking watch the Jimbo. Right, bottom right, Josh is the bottom right. What is this? This is fucking... He goes bottom right early, then to the bottom left, and then cuts up. This looks so fucking scuffed. The timestamp on the YouTube link isn't going to be the proper timestamp, but... There's several cuts are fucking wild on that. Oh, this next person's doing fucking spam on the stage 4 spam on the bottom right. I cannot listen to this runner for a second. They must be cursed. They also do the fucking do the cut. Oh, no, the internet died. It just doesn't want to fucking load any bit more. Channels, what's this one? That was questionable. This isn't too off from the type of play that I go for. Well, the other one I was looking for, it won't load, so I can't get that to load. Good for Jimbo on that channel, okay. Stage 4 in UM is like modern Touhou Mountain Face Stage 4, and that it's really fucking hard. Yeah, I know about the Jimbo shenanigans, though. I didn't put away the McHugh and the slug. Gosh, you know what? Let's just look at the fucking Beyond Cursed. Let's look at it for like 5 minutes, shall we? Let's look at the fucking curse spin for a minute. I hate you. The fucking timing position's slightly different, I feel. Jimbo is cursed? He certainly is. I hate Jimbo. Give me stage 4 spam before you give me Jimbo. I fucking don't know the timing and positioning. Introduces Jimbo's long-lost cousins? Yes, it does. Dude, I fucking... What is that? What are those 2 micros you're gonna have to do? That's disgusting. To get down on the right side as quickly? Like, this whole type of looping you can get, like, used to. Fuck, dude, you have to fucking be so fast going through 3 waves there. It's not like that fast, but it's like, it's noticeable. Yeah, that third ring, I don't, like, unless, hold on, maybe there's a, I didn't actually see, and I'm not going to repop up the videos right now, but maybe there's a consistent line on the right wall you can line yourself up with. I hate you. That's a giant, yeah, you gotta be out of the way of him, but... I just want to, like, get it once. At least the first part once. I hate this bottom left corner. Ooh, internet is dying. Okay, only died for a few seconds there. Hot. Like, I don't want to do it, but it didn't run. Well, if there's a consistent line, then it can work, right? The fact that the lineups aren't perfect on the left side compared to the right, also the fact that my internet is just shitting itself is really cool. Yeah, it only dropped like 10 seconds there. What? Where? What? I'm not used to like look what I'm looking for. I need to move on. I need to go play Puppet and not this right now, but my brain is having a meltdown. Doesn't understand how to comprehend. Dude, I hate that fucking line. I'm not going for it. I'm not doing that fucking loop. We didn't need to practice? What do you mean? When did I ever say we didn't need to practice Jimbo? I've always said I don't want to practice Jimbo, not because I don't need to, because I fucking hate playing against Jimbo. Okay, that was just disgusting. Like, there are the three things in this game that I hate. Sanyo Spell 1, Jimbo, and Suffocation. Where am I? Honorable mention goes to Sky Racing Heavenly Steeds. I'm not sure about about ending in the middle versus ending in the bottom right. There's probably nuance about reacting to whatever it is in the moment. I wouldn't be surprised. So I'll probably look more about ending on the bottom right in certain situations, but I'm not learning to spin. Unless someone fucking comes out and is like, yeah, it's a 98% super consistent. I'm not doing it.